Your industrial-grade water tank is still the most specified tank in new construction due to its easy and inexpensive service qualities and lifespan. Once your domestic hot water tank fails, it is difficult to replace, as in most cases, your building was constructed around the tank. If you maintain your domestic hot water tank, it will outlive the building. You only have one chance, so service is imperative. Data plate. Your data plate, also known as your ID tag, shows your tank's serial number, manufacturer, and year built. With this information, we can determine service requirements and the condition of the tank's interior. Manway. This is our access point to enter the vessel for anode changes, relining, and inspections. Precrete. Precrete has been the most specified lining material for over 50 years. It is designed to provide a clean and safe lining for 10 to 15 years. Precrete protects the tank from the corrosive elements of hot water. Anodes. Magnesium sacrificial anodes are used in many applications such as ships, underground pipelines, and hot water tanks. Anodes produce a naturally occurring electrical current that prevents corrosion cells from developing in unlined areas such as drains, nozzles, and manways. The most common areas for unexpected leaks occur around nozzles, bushings, and plugs. More than likely, your tank was originally equipped with anodes, but they were never replaced. Now, let's take a peek at what a sacrificial anode looks like. Here's what a brand new anode looks like. And here's what a depleted anode looks like. An anode such as this must be replaced. Anodes have a lifespan of up to 3 years, which in time need to be replaced. In areas where water is significantly harder, anodes may only last up to 1 year. Warning: some tank manufacturers tried utilizing a plastic bushing and a ground wire when installing anodes at the factory. Over time, the plastic bushing would dry out and crack, causing the anode to explode off the tank. This is vital to inspect. Don't delay. Emergency repairs can cost thousands of dollars and will leave your building without hot water for days. If you wait too long, replacing your tank may be your only option. NDT testing will reveal if corrosion is beyond repair. Just one emergency repair costs more than 15 years of proper maintenance. Your options. Option 1. Reline your existing tank. Your tank was designed to be relined every 10 to 15 years and anodes to be replaced regularly. This option is your most economical and gives the least amount of downtime. Option 2. Industrial grade tank replacement. This involves removing your old tank and replacing it with a new tank of similar capacity. This will leave you without hot water for 5 to 9 days and could cost you between $50,000 and $70,000. Not to mention, installing this tank could be very challenging. Option 3. Commercial grade tank replacement. This involves replacing your existing tanks with multiple tanks. Now your one 500-gallon tank becomes 5 100-gallon tanks. This option gives the least amount of downtime and is the least expensive. However, it has the shortest lifespan of all 3 options and cannot be relined. This can cost $15,000 to $20,000. Here are 3 simple steps to follow to eliminate your worries. Step 1. Replace depleted anodes and service your tank every 1 to 3 years. Step 2. Replace the Precrete cement lining every 10 to 15 years. Step 3. Continue to repeat steps 1 and 2. As well, we automatically enroll your tank in our tank database and set alarms for future servicing. We call this our STP program, which stands for Service Tracking Program. So let's take a look at what your tank could possibly look like inside. Care and maintenance. 0 to 10 years. Basic service required. (10 to 20 years). Ideal time for a new lining. (20 to 30 years). Call before it's too late. 30 years and up. Probable tank replacement. An external inspection is our first step in order to get the proper information off your tank. Tank data plate information, such as serial number, tank size, and year made, is entered into our system. With this information, we can provide recommendations and estimates for any servicing required. An internal inspection and servicing allows us to clean your tank, inspect all your inlets and outlets for corrosion, repair lining, and replace anodes if necessary. Written reports with digital pictures follow every inspection. All reports, pictures, and service history are uploaded to our database for future reference. Relining your tank every 10 to 15 years and changing your anodes every 2 to 3 years will double or even triple the lifespan of your tank. You can do this for a tenth of the cost of replacing the tank, and the interior cement lining has a service life of 10 to 15 years. A new lining in just 1 day. Once the tank is drained and cooled, we can clean the tank using chipper hammers to descale and remove excess corrosion to prepare for the new precrete lining. The new lining is installed using a 2-coat system ending up with a final thickness of 1/2 to 3/4 inch. The lining installation is completed late that evening and cures overnight, ready for the next morning. The lining technicians return the next morning to ensure the following: sufficient curing has been achieved, manway cover installed and sealed, meet with mechanical contractor to have the tank put back in service, thoroughly clean the job site before leaving. Other services we provide at Provincial Tank Lining and Inspections include welding and site fabrication, service tracking program, non-destructive testing, confined space entry services, firewater storage tanks, sandblasting and epoxy coating, hot water, condensate, and expansion tanks, and awareness presentations for your management staff. Here are some of the facilities we specialize in: commercial, recreational, industrial, residential, military, schools, hospitals, hotels. With clients such as Honeywell, General Motors, Air Canada Centre, and the Ontario Provincial Police, we've proven ourselves to be the most trusted name in tank lining and the largest in Canada.